Good afternoon or good evening. As it is soon my 65th birthday, and because of the corona restrictions, we're going to organize a birthday party, but we decided we'd do a video instead so that everybody could participate in some way in my birthday. What I'm going to do is present some of my works that I've done over the years, carpentry and paintings, so that you can appreciate my talents. So the first thing I want to talk about is this painting behind me over here, which I painted about 30 years ago in the 1990s. And basically it portrays the paradox, the conflict between being a carpenter that loves doing carpentry using timber and a love for live trees. As you can see on the top left-hand side of the painting, or the whole left side of the painting, there is a big tree growing that overpowers the whole painting. And in the middle here on the bottom right-hand side, you can see planks that have been cut from a tree. So the paradox is the beautiful live tree opposing the planks that are just floating and sinking into the water. And basically, in my carpentry hobby, I've tried to be as conservative as possible, using mainly recycled timber that I've used from people that have thrown away banisters or pieces of wood from their house, obviously good pieces of wood that they thought were rubbish, but I managed to salvage them and reuse them. Hi, I'm glad you've joined me in my workroom. And as you can see, we built a new opening to the workroom before it was closed up completely. And now I can work in the workroom and I can see the beautiful scenery that's outside. So I can appreciate the beautiful country scene and get natural light onto the work surface, which is over here. At the moment, I'm working on a new aspect of carpentry, which is casting epoxy. Here's the material that has to be mixed. There's two parts that are mixed together, and then you pour it into the mold that you've created to join the pieces of wood. As you can see, this is a broken piece of mulberry wood that's actually rotted away. So I broke it in half with my hands, dug out the sick part of the wood, the soft and damaged wood, and now I've put it together in this mold, and I'm going to fill in the gaps with epoxy. I filled in the one area over here as an experiment just to see how it's going to work, and then I'm going to cast this bigger area when I feel more confident about it. I'm probably going to do it in blue. I have all kinds of different colors so that I can make colors, and I'm probably going to mix blue and white together so that it will look like a water scene, a river or a sea. Now, as you can see in the workroom itself, I have set up all the tools and screws within easy reach of my workbench. Here I have my cross-cut saw for cutting angles very accurately. Here I have all other things that are necessary to do the woodwork. Over here I've set up the clamps and rulers and other things within easy reach, so I don't have to go searching for them. I have tools over here, and as you can see, I have this old filing cabinet for my office that I've now converted into a place to keep chisels and knives and pens. Everything's marked so that I know where it is, or if somebody else comes to work, you're welcome to come and work here. You will know where everything is and where to put it back. Don't forget to put it back. And that's what I have to show. I just want to thank Robin for being for helping me along and encouraging me to pursue my hobby, and also for giving me ideas and supporting my ideas. I don't always listen to her, but what she has said is always in my mind, and I try to keep that as part of the idea. Just one last thing, I have a maksan where I keep all my timber. As I mentioned before, I try to use recycled timber, so these are all old pieces of wood that I've kept, or I've managed to salvage. This is a piece of firewood that I brought from Australia, and one day I'm going to carve something out of it. Be patient. So that's it. Thank you very much for watching my video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Happy birthday to you. Okay, another one of my hobbies that I did in the past, I haven't done it recently, was pistol, I've forgotten how to say that in English, sculpturing. This is made from a solid rock. I went to a chug in Kfar Saba, and this woman had all the equipment that is necessary to do a stone sculpture. It's very difficult to do because obviously you're working with very hard material that is unforgiving, and once you've chipped away or cut away a piece, that's it, you can't put it back again. And you have to try and think ahead of what you're going to do, and yet the material in the end forces you in a direction that you might not have wanted to go in the first place. This statue I've named Supplication, or as we say in the morning prayers, Tachanun, that we're asking God for forgiveness. And what I try to portray over here, and that's thanks to my teacher, that the front part of the statue is finished and polished to a high polish. But if you come to look at the back of the statue, you can see that the raw stone is still over there, is still untouched. And even on this side, there's raw stone. So not even really knowing about it when I made the statue, there's a lot of symbolism behind this, because when somebody asks for forgiveness, whether it be from God or from a friend or from his wife, he tries to bring the shiny side of his excuses, if you want to say, and show the good side of him, to ask for forgiveness and encourage the person to forgive him. But there's always the rough, unfinished side, that maybe that's really the truth. And we must always try and remember that there's two sides to the coin, so as to say, the one side where we try and show the best of ourselves, and there's always the real, deeper inside that is there and can be portrayed as well. I've truly been blessed with my talents, have empowered me to really change the lives of people and provide generously for my family. Therefore, I believe that one should never betray the talents that God has bestowed upon you. Better stop it. I thank God for giving me life twice, actually. Once on the 4th of November 1955, when I was born, and the second time on the 28th of October 2018, when I survived the accident. Essentially, my main project has to nurture and develop our amazing family, starting with my mother, who was an only child, and my dad, who lost most of his family to the Nazis. We have 4 wonderful kids that have produced a very respectable number of offspring to springboard the Rendl future. In conclusion, I would like to remember some of my friends who didn't make it to my age. Johnny Sandler, May Lapidus, Michael Samuels, and Barry Kay. I hope we all who are watching this video will live a long and wonderful life and fulfill all our dreams. Thank you very much. Wait.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you very much for watching my video and indulging in my works. I hope you enjoyed them. in conclusion, I just want to say a few thank yous and show gratitude, especially since exactly 2 years ago I had this terrible accident, and it's taken me 2 years to recover both physically and mentally from the trauma. And at last I feel that I've come back to myself and that I can continue to do what I used to do. One of the things I'm very thankful for is that my work, orthodontics, is also can be thought of as being an art form. And I'm very proud that I've taken teenagers that are very sensitive and very introverted because of their dental situation, and I've actually watched them, empowered them to get out of their introversion and to become very happy with themselves and confident as their teeth straighten out. And I really should thank my mother, because when I was 16 years old, she said to me, she took me aside for guidance, counseling, occupational guidance. And she said to me, Ivan, I think you should be a dentist. And I didn't argue with her because I was a good Jewish boy, and I didn't argue with my mother. And I became a dentist, and I have been a very contented dentist. And in conclusion, no birthday is complete without a cake. And so if my cameraman will move down and focus, you will see my birthday cake, which is a log cake. And I'm now going to blow the candles out. I hope I'll manage to blow them out.
Mazel tov, happy birthday.
Show the 65. And now, if anybody would like a slice of cake, I will gladly cut you a piece of cake with a saw, because actually this is not a log cake, it is made from a log. And so I wish everybody
Happy birthday.
a healthy winter, and that we should overcome this virus that has attacked the world, and in all have a good and healthy winter. Thank you very much. Did you form the saw? Did you get the saw?